Today we're talking about the best dang weather app for traveling that you can use. So let's get into it. So the app is called Drive Weather, and I am not sponsored by this company. If they want to sponsor me, then I'll take it because it is a paid app for the pro versions. So on your phone, it'll look like this over here, but I'm going to show you what it looks like on my iPad. It's the same thing, it's just in landscape mode, and you can actually put your phone in landscape and use it in landscape too. But it'll be easier for me to show you all the features that it has on my iPad. So let's switch over to the iPad and then we'll go over all the features. Okay, so when you open up the Drive Weather app, you're going to see a screen similar to this. So you can scroll around here and you can zoom in and you can zoom out. And if you see the little dot swinging around there, that's where my cursor's at. So we're going to go through some of these settings here. Well, the first thing that I'm going to show you is just what it does. So you go up here to the search and you click over here to your starting location. And let's say you're starting in Elkhart, Indiana. And let's say we are going to Boise, Idaho. So then you click fastest route, which is right here. It will calculate everything and get all the weather data. And then you get this screen that looks like this. Now, all of these little circles are indicators of what the weather is like. Like let's say here, Chicago, we have some snow. These gray circles, all these circles mean a different thing. Okay, so first of all, if it's got a black line around it, that means that you're driving at night. All of these weather indicators are when you are going to be there, not right now, which is what is awesome about this app. These don't tell you current weather, they tell you the weather when you are in that location. So we can go down here to the little question mark down here at the corner, and it will pop up the little indicator of what it is. So you'll see rain, you'll see snow, thunderstorms, fog, all these different indicators. Now, depending on the icon that's in there, if you look over here, you'll see they're like bold or darker. So you get heavy rain or snow, moderate rain or snow, and light rain or snow. And then the different colors here are the chances of precipitation, whether it be rain or snow. So like the little gray or kind of light blue dots are a 40% chance of snow. Dark blue is 90% chance of snow. So you have all of these other ones. You have blue skies, you have in between, and you have overcast. If there's fires out there, it'll tell you that there's smoke warnings. But let's go back to this screen so we can see along here. It's clear. All these blue dots are all meaning that the skies are clear. We don't have any precipitation out there. And we go all the way out. Then we get out here to Salt Lake City. Oh, hey, look at that. So what was the little slashy line? That is, haze. Okay. So we got a chance of haze out here in the Salt Lake City area. So right now, as far as weather goes, it's pretty boring. The timeline here is like if you were to drive straight through. But we're not going to drive straight through. So if we're leaving from Elkhart, we know that our 11-hour stop is going to be in Grand Island. So we go back up here to the little search thing. Starting location, Elkhart. a waypoint in Grand Island. And then we're going to be ending in Boise. So now our Grand Island, Nebraska waypoint, we're going to go over to here where that time was, and we're going to say that our duration is going to be, let's say, 11 hours. I mean, yeah, you got to take a 10-hour break, but we're going to be there for, let's say, 11 hours total. Then you click done, click fastest route, and now you see the weather goes across here. Then we have an 11-hour stop in Grand Island, and then it continues on. And you can set another break in here if you're going to be stopping somewhere along those lines, but it will give you the weather of what it's going to be along those routes. So you can see here, I'm going to stop at 11, and then it's going to be daytime. Then night will come in because the circle with the line around it is nighttime driving, and you can put in your start time for your route, so it will change the weather. It will go out 7 days for weather, so you can plot 7 days of weather. If you go down to the bottom right here, you can actually scroll and say, okay, and you can change the day, and you can see the weather change. So it's cloudy. There's snow out there. Okay, so if I back up, when's the snow going to start? It's going to start Boise. It's going to start Wednesday. And the snow is going to move down into Salt Lake City Thursday morning. So you can scroll and you can see, oh, they're going to get a decent amount of snow out there Thursday night. But we'll leave it back to our regular start time. Now, let's take a look at Wyoming and some of these other things that we can see. Over here on the right, you can click, right now I'm on weather. You can click temperature. So now we see our degrees of when we're going to be there, not what the temperature is right now. So that's kind of cool. Going to be a little bit chilly out here. The next one down is one that's really important for anyone that's pulling a trailer. That's the wind. So you click on that, and these are the sustained wind for that area and what direction it's blowing. You can go to gusts, and then you can see what the gusts are going to be. And then you can scroll your timeline down here, and you can see, is it gonna, it gets better Wednesday. See if there's any bad stuff happening. Well, going out 7 days, the weather's going to be pretty good as far as wind gusts go once we get past today. Because today we got some wind gusts across Nebraska. Let's see if it just gets better after that. So you can look at the wind gusts or the wind sustained. You can also click the next one down over here. And then you have a moving weather radar. So we do have some weather that's going down here. Then the next one down is a filter. So you can filter and say, I don't want to see anything except for wind speeds above 10 miles an hour or temps below a certain point. Pretty much the biggest one is this wind speed. I want to see if it's over 10 miles an hour. So I can set that to 10, and it just kind of cleans up the wind thing a little bit. So like out here, I don't have to worry about the wind because it's going to be less than 10 miles an hour. So it only shows me when it's going to be over 10 miles an hour. So across Iowa, don't have to worry about any wind. And the gusts, we'll go to gusts. Okay, so see, we've got some 25 mile an hour gusts through Chicago. And then as we scroll along, we don't have to worry about any wind gusts going through Omaha. And then as we get further out in Nebraska, we got some higher gusts. The sustained is a little bit lower, but the gusts are pretty substantial, 23. And then as we scroll the day, we can see that it starts disappearing, and then we don't have to worry about it. But we'll go back to sustained. And as far as the filters go, that's the one that I use the most. You can go to heavy precipitation, or if you're looking, temps below or temps above, you want to worry about that. I don't worry about that kind of stuff. You can also say don't display a chance of light precipitation or anything like that. You can put that in there too. All right, some of the settings. So we go over here to settings. We go over here to app settings. And then you can click in the show night. This readers is basically a zoom feature. You can click on it and it will zoom the numbers a little bit bigger so you can see it a little bit better. If you're a fan of the 24-hour time format, you can do that. Your route width, that's the pink line right here that it draws. If you put it on thin, it'll be a thin line. If you put it on thick, it'll be a thick line. You put in what kind of vehicle you have, your temperature, your miles or kilometers. So if you're Canadian, you can put in the kilometers. Enable cluster. Let's see if I can show you what that does. Let me get out of this and see if I can show you what enable cluster does. Okay, so if you look at these 3 readings right here, because all of these are from individual weather stations and reportings. So when I zoom back in, you'll see that they kind of merged right there. And that's what clustering does. If you enable it, it does that. So basically it unclutters it when you zoom out. And then when you zoom in, they'll spread out. So let's go back to the app settings. You can save your routes to your history, and then you clear your route on close. I have that checked, so when I end the app, it allows me to reset my route over wherever I'm going. It doesn't redo it if you just exit the app. It's if you close the app fully, then it will erase the route. If you just exit the app on your phone and then go back into it, your route will still be there. So now we've got some settings here. You can set your speed limit. Are you going faster or slower than the speed limit? And that will adjust your time coming across your route. So that's kind of handy. You can sign up for this and get it kind of a trial version of it, but it's worth buying it. And I don't remember how much it costs. You'll have to just look it up on the App Store. And then also over here, you have this little share button, and you can share the screen to somebody, like a screenshot to somebody. You can send this straight and get direction, your route, whatever you set here. You can get your directions on Apple Maps or Google Maps, or if you use Waze, you can send it straight to your app. I don't use any of those for driving, but I know a lot of people out there do. There's really not any bad weather going on anywhere in the country right now, even out west. It's a good week to be out there, except for this little bit of rain in the center here. But that's it. That's the app in a nutshell. I absolutely love this thing. It shows me all the weather as I'm going down. I can put this in and say, well, I'm not going to be leaving until Wednesday at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. And that's what my weather is going to be like if I'm leaving on Wednesday. Today's Monday, but I'm not going to be leaving out until Wednesday, so I can see what the weather is going to be like on my route. So that's Drive Weather in a nutshell. I hope you learned something. That app is pretty dang awesome. So download that, put your locations in, and be safe while you're out there on the road. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you're new here and you like this kind of content, then, subscribe to the channel. It'll help me out a lot. So stay safe out there and get out there and find your own path.